Everyone, just in case those of you aren't on mute, if you can just mute yourselves, just because it either gets echoey or we get a bit of background noise. If you can hear noise in the background here, it's my dog snoring, so I really do apologise. She always sits by my feet and snores really loud whenever I do a Zoom call. So thank you all so much for jumping on the call tonight. So what we wanted to do tonight was just go through with you basically how to have an amazing September. We're going to talk a little bit about goals and what your goals are and how to help you achieve your goals, and also making achievable goals, because a lot of the time I think it's really easy to just get focused on the month that you're in, and then you tend to lose sight of your goals in the long run. So just thinking about working, give me a hands up everyone who does a DMO, and be completely honest. So daily method of operation every single day. Perfect, loads of you, amazing. Okay, so it's really important to have a DMO, and also to be working. Is everyone working on a 90-day game plan?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So it's really important, and something I didn't even realise until I actually looked a little bit closer. But have a goal at the end of those 90 days, and keep that goal in your head, no matter what anyone else is doing, or whether you get sometimes sidetracked. Keep that goal in mind for the end of your 90 days. So whatever it is, make sure you just keep working towards that. Don't say that you're going to be PMD in Club 100 in 90 days, because unfortunately, girls, it's not going to happen. As much as we would all love it to happen, it's just not. And also, your goals need to be achievable for you. So my goals would be something completely different to somebody who's got no children, or somebody who's at full-time work, or somebody who's got a completely different lifestyle to me. So always try and just think about what you can achieve in the time that you've got to spend into this business, and just make sure that you just stay laser focused on you. Something that can happen really easily within the business, and because we're all such a tight group, is we can see that other people are perhaps doing what we think better than ourselves, and sometimes that can demotivate you. So I just want you to really focus on what you're doing, and not worry about anybody else, in the sense that, oh God, I'm not doing as well as they are, because everybody has different journeys and at different times within this business. So I just want you to really learn to focus on you. That's sort of one of the tips that I wanted to sort of share with you all tonight. But yeah, so setting your goals and staying consistent with them is really important. So a lot of the time we always start at the beginning of the month like, oh my God, this is the month I'm going to do it, I'm going to go SDD, I'm going to hit my promotion, whatever you're working towards. Who's put your hands up if you've had a month like that, where you're like, this is it, I'm going to do it. And then a few days into the month, or even a couple of weeks into the month, you think, well, I've worked really hard and I'm not getting anywhere, so what's the point in me carrying on? Like, has anyone felt like that as well? It is so important to stay consistent, because so many times people are actually so close. And has everyone seen that picture of like the man digging for diamonds, and then he's like, well, I'm going to give up, and he walks away, and he's literally really close? Like, that's what I want you to think about all the time. Those times that you feel like giving up is actually the time to work even harder. We've all been there. I've got 3 children, for those of you who don't know much about me, and I've got horses, and I have a crazy busy day. And sometimes I don't feel like jumping on a call at 9 o'clock at night and sharing tips. And, there's a millions of reasons that I could give excuses for things. But, at the end of the day, I've got my goal in my head, where I want to be in the next 90 days. And, so it's just about being consistent and not letting excuses get in the way, because we all have excuses that sometimes are going to get in the way, but just trying to make time in your day to get the goals that you want and work towards those things. So it's really important. Another thing that people do quite often is flick through Facebook and think that they're working, or say, I've done 4 hours on my business today, I don't know why I'm not doing better. But it's making sure that you're working smarter, not harder. So this business shouldn't be taking you hours and hours on end. This business is made for busy people. If I had to do 5-6 hours a day, this business wouldn't work for me, because I just don't physically have that time unless I started at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's really, really important that you're just making sure that the time that you're actually focusing on this business is really a good amount of time, and you're doing something positive with it. So that's why a DMO really works as well, because you can sit down and you can go, right, what have I not ticked off my DMO today? And that's where it can then help you. And also it's obviously helping you write down who you're connecting with, so that then you can go back and talk to those people. So if you're not doing a DMO, and that's absolutely fine, some people don't know about DMOs, but if you're not doing a daily method of operation every single day, then get started with it. And also, if you're not working on a 90-day game plan, after this call, I want you to really think about, like, tomorrow being your day one. Don't start next Monday. Don't wait for, a new week or a new month. Like, start tomorrow. So you would put day one and really think about what goal you want to be and where you want to be at in 90 days. And one of the things, that I just really want you to think about is not thinking I'm going to be this position if it's not achievable for you. So really focus on what goal you think you can, or what position, what club, because don't forget, it's really, really important to focus on your clubs, what club you want to be at. And that's going to build strength within your team. And actually, if you think about the clubs within your business, that's what's going to give you that strength and that foundation to your business. So, doing it sometimes a little bit slower is doing it the right way, because if you build and focus on your clubs rather than your positions, it's going to give you a much better, stronger business. We all want lots of SDDs in our business, lots of people doing lots of things, a little amount of things. So we don't want 5 people in our business doing huge amounts, because then if one of those people does drop out for whatever reason, then you lose a massive chunk of your business. So it's really, really important to keep talking to people, keep recruiting, keep sharing the business, keep offering the business to your customers. Remember, we've got an amazing apprentice scheme, which is just such a brilliant way of bringing in people and getting them to try the business, and as well getting them to come on board and see if you like them, and if they're working, and you're not then wasting your time on people that aren't ready to commit yet. So it's really, really important. By focusing on clubs, it makes you more focused on who's coming into your business every month and how you can help them get to SDD. I would really recommend sort of doing those things and just really have a think of where you want to be. Obviously, we've got Bournemouth next month, which is just going to be amazing. Is everybody coming to Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's getting excited. I can't wait. If you haven't been to an event like Bournemouth, well, no one's been to an event like Bournemouth, because we haven't had one. It's going to be the biggest convention in UK. I mean, Amy's going to be talking, which for us is going to be amazing. Like, to have our upline up there speaking on our behalf as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm so excited to see that. And yeah, I mean, can you imagine being in a room of 4,000 people that are on the same wavelength as you? It's like everyone is on drugs, on Juice Plus drugs. But yeah, it's amazing. So it's going to be so, so fun. So if you're not coming, really, really think about it, because honestly, you will regret it. What you don't want to see is everyone posting about it and you're going, oh my God, I just wish I'd gone. So get your ticket if you haven't already. It really is going to be an amazing weekend. So I'm going to pass you over to the amazing Jeanette now. I've said amazing about 1,000 times. Word of the business.
Yeah, it definitely is the word of the business. We always say amazing.
I'm perfect. If Kelly's listening, she's probably laughing somewhere, because I said that to her. We always say amazing and perfect.
I know. When we're on that Cameroonian mob,
I'm going to get her a dictionary.
I know. And it's so difficult to find another word to say, because this business and this product
is amazing and perfect.
It's absolutely amazing. And we are so lucky to be involved in such an amazing team. I talk to other people around the country who aren't in the Diamond Dreamers for different reasons, and they always often say to me, God, you know what I mean? The enthusiasm that we have in the team is phenomenal, and that togetherness, I can't sort of stress to you all, just not all teams are like this. You know, you're involved in this team and they're just not all like it. So it's absolutely phenomenal. I had the last couple of days, I'm just digressing a little bit. The last couple of days, I had a couple of people in my team that had negativity.
I was just about to say that, yeah, and it's been amazing, isn't it?
And I tell you, the pennies dropped with me. So whenever, and I want to put this out to everyone, whenever you get any negativity on your wall with anyone, just put a message in the Diamond Dreamers chat. Help, guys, I need some inspiration or some help with this, some negativity I've got on my post. Now, it's not that everyone jumps on board and starts arguing with that person. All everyone needs to do is do exactly what they've done on the 2 people they've done for me, is get on there and just start telling your story. Just briefly tell your story about how the products have helped. And I can't tell you what a difference that makes, you know, to the person that's actually posted that. You're feeling very down, negative, oh my God, maybe these people are right, and you're getting really down about it. And to have everyone just suddenly start popping up on your wall and commenting on that post has been second to none. I tell you, that just made such a difference to Joe this afternoon when he did that, when you guys did that. So I thank you all ever so much about that. I really do. And you really, if any of you are on getting negativity, don't argue with them. It's just no point arguing with them. Just put a message in the group and others will then comment on it, because that has just made a phenomenal difference. So thank you all for that. I really appreciate that. So that's absolutely great. So yeah, as Louise is saying, some achievable goals, you know, realistic goals. I just really want to take that one little step further, really. And, you know, it's so important for us all to try and focus on clubs rather than positions. And yeah, I know we all want to do SDD, we want to get SC, we want to get up the pay plan, we want to be doing that, because when you get SC, I don't know whether you realise, but you're getting the maximum commissions that you can off your products and off your team, or off your products rather. So that's most important to realise that. Although we always go on about SDD is the pinnacle point, the best point to be, SC also is, so you need to be trying to get yourself to that as well. But for as far as the SDD bit is concerned, yes, get to SDD, because if you can get anyone to SDD, or you can get to SDD, then you can get anyone to SDD. But let's just talk about that for a moment. I mean, every day I try to wake up in the morning and think that I'm a dealer. I don't think I'm where I am QNMD. I don't think that. I try to think that I'm a dealer, and that I can remember the passion I had. I'm not saying I haven't got the passion now, but I've got different sort of passion, you know. It just slightly changes as you get through the business. So certainly when you're starting off as a dealer, you know, you're just so hungry to get some more people on board. And you just need to wake up every morning as a dealer all of the time. You know, whichever position you get to, you still need to be waking up as a dealer and just trying to smash it for that month. And not sort of like Louise says, don't wait until you get halfway through the month and they think, right, now I'll get started. Or on the other hand, don't get halfway through the month and think, this isn't working, I won't bother anymore. You know, this is consistent. You need to be consistent as you and your commitments will allow. So like Louise says, you know, if you've got different commitments to different people, then you can't do as much as someone else. I can't do as much as Amy does, because Amy's able to work on it full time now. But when she was riding 10 horses a day, she didn't have the time to do much on it at all. So it gradually evolves as you evolve. And the worst time is when you're full time in your normal occupation and still trying to do this. Because trust me, it's been really difficult for me like that. Just like Louise's, you know, with her young children. I could list loads of you on this call that are all, I mean, we've all been through the school holidays. And how difficult has that been, the school holidays? I know that some of the team have really struggled in the school holidays, you know, because you're totally out of routine. Well, you're back in routine now, or very shortly some of you are back in routine. And what you've got to remember is all your customers are back in routine as well, and your team are back in routine, because, you know, they're back to normal again. And these 6 weeks have been really, really difficult. So I totally get that. But now we've got to really smash it. And we're already on the 5th of the month, you know. So, okay, so as far as goals are concerned, let's say we're heading for SDD. And Maybe you haven't got any team. Maybe you're trying to head for SDD on your own. So what I would suggest, if you do, is you break your month down into 4 weeks. So if you need to be getting 3250 in a month, then you need to divide the 3250 over a period of 4 days, over 4 weeks rather, so that you're breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. Okay, so that works out at just over 800 bonus points that you're going to need to be getting per week to go SDD. Okay, so if you don't achieve that, then that's absolutely fine, because you know sometimes people wait for the end of the month to actually become get orders or to place orders with you. So things can sort of materialize towards the end of the month, but don't sit there and wait for that to happen. You've got to be proactive. You've got to be starting to say to yourself, that's 800 bonus points I need to be getting in a month. In a week. If that isn't attainable, hang on a minute, I think you can hear my dog has started barking because he thinks there's someone. It's all right, Hoogie. All right. So if you don't think that's attainable, then that's fine. Now try and work on Teamies, okay? So at the same time that you're trying to get 800 bonus points in 1 week in order to do your SDD on your own, which is possible because we've got people in the group here that have done that. So if you don't feel that that's attainable, then focus very hard on trying to get Teamies, okay? Because if you can get 3 Teamies by the end of the 25th or 26th of the month as apprentices to join your team and each put 825 on, can you just see the difference that's going to make to your business? Okay, so you have to try and work out in your mind which way you want to be doing it. And yes, if you haven't got any Teamies, then you need to be doing 3250, which, as I say, is totally possible. But other than that, focus. And if you've had 2 months that you've been trying to do 3250 on your own, then now start to focus on Teamies. And if you can get yourself right, you can try and focus on both. Because if you're sitting in a boat and you're rowing, and you're thinking, right, I'm doing retail. I'm going to do retail. I'm going to get 3250. I'm going to do retail. And you've not got the other oar doing the team building. What are you going to do? You're going to be going round and round in circles because that's what the boat would do. But if you've got 2 oars working hard to actually produce team members and to do your orders, get your customers, do the retail, then you're going to be going forwards in your business. You're going to be going equal and going, I'm feeling really silly here, doing my rowing here, sitting here in the kitchen. Sitting there doing that. So you need to be trying to do both if you can. And so that means posting on a daily basis about the business. Something about the business, whether it be how you fit the business in, how amazing it is that you're out with the kids and you can still be earning some money, all that sort of thing. You need to be posting about both. And the other thing you need to be doing, if you've been in the business a while and you've got a few customers, you need to be inviting your customers to join you. Because if I was a hairdresser and I was going around cutting people's hair, I wouldn't expect anyone's hair that I was cutting that would turn around and say to me, oh, Jeanette, I'm really, really pleased. I love the way you cut my hair. You trained me how to do it. I'd like to cut hair as well. I'd like to cut hair in Brantford as well. That just wouldn't happen. So people aren't expecting you to ask them to join your team. So you need to make sure you ask your customers. You must make it clear to your customers that you are prepared. That would be great if they would join your team, because that is most important. So many people miss that trick, and you need to be make sure that they know that you can join, that they can join your team. Okay, because you will still get the bonus points from those customers that turn into distributors. They will then bring more customers in anyway. You will get their bonus points. And you will, if you're SDD, for example, or even if you're DD and you've brought someone in, you will get a further 4% on all that they do as well. So it's really quite exciting to be bringing Teamies in. It's really exciting to be able to do that. and it will really absolutely smash your business if you can. So you do need to be telling or asking your customers, inviting your customers, particularly those that actually comment a lot on the support groups, or comment in your chat groups. They're the ones that are active. And that's a really great idea to actually try and encourage them, and say to them, you'd be amazing. You've had an amazing difference, or you've got on really well with the product. You're really passionate about it. Have you ever considered about joining us? Sow the seed with them. They can then decide. They'll say to you, yes or no, I'm not interested in that. But you've sown a seed, because people don't just suddenly say, yes, I'll join you. It takes a few seeds to get going. But I've digressed a bit as far as the goals are concerned. So, anyone further up the pay plan or in different situations, as far as your goals are concerned, go and get yourself a one-to-one booked with your mentor, okay? Get a one-to-one booked with them so that you can work out together what you want to be. So I would be saying to people, what do you want to be by Christmas, let's say? And they say, okay, so you've got 4 months. So this is what you need to be doing. You need to be up in your retail. You need to be posting about the teamies. You need X amount of teamies. You need X amount of STDs, etc., etc. So you need to be working. And it's too difficult for me to go through it with each individual one on here right now, for the simple reason all your goals are so different. But you need to be on a bit of paper right now. You need to be writing down what you want to be in the end of December, by the 1st of January, let's put it that way. Write down what you want to be, okay? Be realistic about it. Bearing in mind that you need the volume that you do, which is 3250 to be SDD. And if you can't do that on your own, you've got to be looking at 3 teamies. So how long is it going to take you to find 3 teamies to come with you and do 825? Okay? So you've got to break that down. So maybe you'd have 1 teamie a month, whatever, but you have to break that down. If you're going for other promotions, then again, go and look at the pay plan and go and look at what you need to be that promotion. SC is 6,500 in 1 calendar month, and you must have a DD underneath you. If you're going for SC and you haven't got a DD underneath you, then you need to be making sure you help one of your teamies to go DD, because helping your teamie to get what they want is going to help you get what you want. Okay, so that's SC. SSC, you need to be doing 10,000. This is when this then turns to pay line and not just the points. So again, speak to your upline about that. They will help you, but you need 2 PB legs. That means you need 2 SDDs in your team, front line to you, not down in a line, but front line to you. And if all these terminologies are worrying you, then just get in contact with your mentor and they will help you. But you need to be understanding what the structure is for the next promotion that you're going for, so that you can try and work it out in your own mind. So that if you know what you're going to be aiming for, then you can talk to your mentor about it, and your mentor is there to help you. You have got to put yourself in front of your mentor and say you need the help, because your mentor cannot run round. Amy, for example, she's probably got 250 of us in the team now. She cannot run round. Can you imagine running round to everyone and saying, right, what is it you want? What is it you want? You can't do that. It's not duplicatable. Okay? So what has to happen is you have to go to your mentor and you have to keep nagging them, and you have to keep saying day in, day out, Jeanette, this is what I want. Jeanette, this is what I want. I want to be SDD. I want to be blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is, what else can I do? Can I do something else? Tell me what else I can do. What can I post about? You have got to be nagging your upline. And trust me, when you're an upline, when you're in this business and you've got team, you want people to keep badgering you, because you know they're hungry for it. If I could have anyone badger me every day for this business as to what to do, that's what I want. I don't want you quietly getting on with it. I want you to ask me, what do I need to do next? So all your mentors should be doing the same. And you should be doing the same with your mentors. Don't sit there thinking, oh, my mentor's far too busy for me. Hell no. Get yourself in front of your mentor, and that's what they're there for. That's what they're going to help you with. They'll give you something to go away with and go and achieve and go and get stuck in with, and then you get back to them and said, right, I've done that. What can I do next? They might then say to you, here's some personal development. Go and listen to this. Audio book or whatever it is, then come back to me when you've done that. They'll tell you things to do, get you to do things that will help you with your business. And all I can say is that you must keep on nagging at your upline, because that's what they're there for. Trust me, that's what we want you to do. We really do. There's a few other things to do. Like, for example, you talk to your customers and you're talking to people message you about the business. And like Louise says, you've got your DMO going on. I make a list of the people I'm talking to that day. So in 2 weeks' time, I go back to that day in my diary or in my on my DMO, and I then go and message them again, because the power's in the follow-up. You can be talking to lots of people, but you don't actually follow up and go back to them. I don't mean you follow up within the day, because unless that's what you said you were going to do, but you need to follow up at least on a fortnightly basis, so that you just go back to them, and you might just say something like, I'm just messaging you again to bring my message to the top of your messages, because I don't know if it's about how you all feel, but I very often find that I get to the bottom of my my messages, I'll open one, and then I've lost it. It's gone to the bottom because I've had so many more messages come, and I can easily forget someone, because I'm human, because that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. If you've listened to that audio book, so I can actually forget to get back to someone. But if I go with the theory that I always say, if I don't get back to you, message me again within a day, then that's the best thing to do to me, because I'm busy and I need you to keep putting yourself in front of me and reminding me. So if I forget something, come back to me. So as far as the customers are concerned, or the potential is concerned, go back to them at least within the fortnight and just say to them, I'm just bringing my message up to the top, because you need to be just reminding them again that you're here, about the last part of the conversation and whether they're ready now. Write a date, ask them, when do you want me to call you again? And they'll give you a date. Yeah, I'm back from holiday on the 21st, call me after that. And make sure you do what you say you're going to do. But I can't stress it enough as to following up. The power is in the follow-up. And I've in the past have been a bit naughty at that and not done that as much as I should do. So I'm sure some of you have been the same. Don't badger them, but just go back to them and follow up is so important. We need to be posting also, gang, because it's only 4 months to Christmas. And had you actually realised people are going to get paid September, October and November, they're only going to have 3 more paydays. I mean, that's absolutely shocking. And we can help everyone have an extra payday every month. So instead of having 3 paydays, they could actually have 6 or even 7 paydays, because they get one on the 10th of December. So that's really exciting too. You must try and post about that as well. That's most important. I've got hundreds of things to write down here, but I don't know if you've got anything else to add, Louise, while I'm just taking a breather.
Just posting in the support groups, like we said, just trying to make sure, especially while obviously Amy's on holiday, she's not very well. So we want to make sure that she tries and stays off Facebook and working, which isn't happening. I'm sure, Jeanette, you've told her off loads of times. I keep telling her off today, like, go away, stop getting on your phone. So, it's just really, really important. And it's so important for your customers and also for your team to see that you're doing it, because you're setting an example for everyone. Me and Jeanette were just talking beforehand, and actually when I joined, I didn't realise that I could post in the customer group when I was a customer. So it's something that you need to be encouraging your customers, because they will become your teamies. So it's really, really important to do that. And also it just makes you look more of a leader as well, and it makes you accountable. It shows that you're on the product. It shows that you're following the plan. It gives them the confidence that their mentor is doing well, and exactly the same in the Exactly the same in the Diamond Dreamer, our business group. If you're posting in there, your team are going to see that you're getting involved in the tasks and that you're doing your DMO. We want to see pictures of your DMO every day, and make yourself accountable. Post every single day in there if you want, and just show us that you're doing it. Show your team that you're doing it, because your team will do what you do, not what you say. It's really true. We can sometimes get into management mode and say, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. But at the end of the day, this is all of your business, and no one can do it for you but you. So it's really, really important that, you all take control of what you're doing with your business. And share it on our support groups. That's exactly what they're there for. And the more people that start to post, and the more people that, we really get going in those support groups, the better they get. And I have to say, our customer support group, compared to some of them, is amazing. Our customers are posting, so it's really, really great. So we want to keep that going all the time, keep that buzz up in there, because the more people that are supporting, people are going to be able to relate to different things, and they're going to, at the end of the day, it's all about our customers getting the best possible results. And we know that when we add a customer to our support group, they're going to be getting the best support, and they can never turn around and say that they haven't had support from us. So it's really, really important, though, as you as a mentor, that they see you posting, because as I said, it gives them their confidence. So all of you, make sure that it's something that you add to your DMO, posting in the support group. And it can be anything. It doesn't always have to be a picture of your shake, or picture of what you're eating. It can be exercise ideas. It can just be something motivational. It can be, there's loads of things on Pinterest and Google Images and things like that to help. And again, exactly the same in the business support group, in the Diamond Dreamers page. I always start my day with a bit of self-development, and I just post the link. There's so much stuff on YouTube that you can find. It just, anything that you find helpful, 9 times out of 10 there's going to be someone out there that's going to find it helpful to their business as well. And obviously we all know that helping each other is going to make it easier for all of us. So that's what we really want to focus on doing. And making sure that our businesses just go from strength to strength. And just again, backing up what Jeanette said about Joe and one of your other team, when there is a bit of negativity, and I've seen it on another post today, someone was getting a bit of negativity, and it's so easy, especially as I think Juice Plus distributors, to get really protective and then start to not put the other but get negative as well, and say, Juice Plus is amazing, don't slag off our company, don't slag off our products, don't do that. And I think it was amazing to see, actually, all of us, no one even said anything about the negative comments that were made. We all just shared our journeys. And did you notice not one person that made the negative comment before posted anything? They didn't reply to anything because they had nothing to say. Whereas if you come back with something really negative and you get into a bit of a bitch fight with everyone, it just adds fuel to their fire. That's exactly what they want. Whereas if we're just super positive, share our results, don't make any false claims, don't say, it's healed me from whatever, just share your story and share how the product and the business has made a positive impact on you. That's all we need to do. So I think, if you do find yourself getting in any negativity towards you, just either say to them, look, I'll message you privately, or just say, put on the team chat exactly how Jeanette did today, and say, girls, everyone on Diamonds, help me out. Can you just put something on my post? And just stay away from negativity. It just isn't even worth getting into that thought process with everything, because we want, especially within our team, for people to come towards us and go, what an amazing bunch of people they are. There's no bitching there. And sometimes I think, especially on texts and messages and on Facebook, when you're not actually speaking, it can come across actually a lot more negative than perhaps what someone posted. So then if you're barking down their neck saying, well, Juice Plus is amazing and I love it, blah, 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 then it becomes negative without it actually even being that. So sometimes people just don't understand it. And something that Eric Worre goes on all the time is, our job as network marketers, actually to educate and teach understanding to people about what network marketing is, about what, more about our product and our business. So by being negative, we're actually just stepping right into exactly what they want us to do. So it's just really important to just stay away from all negativity, and just try and help people. That's our job, just to try and help people and be as positive as we can. There's no bitchiness. There's no, there's just no need for it. So, I've gone on a bit of a tangent, but just something that I've seen today, and I just wanted to, make sure that we sort of don't get wrapped up in that.
Yeah, definitely. That's so true. And like I say, that's worked for me over the weekend and today. And I've been so pleased about it that we really need to use it more. And everyone is happy enough to just comment on something, not to slag them off, as you say, Lou, but just to comment on it with their positivity, That really has worked twice fantastically with me this weekend. So but don't suffer in silence. That's the point. If you're getting positivity, put it in the group. But as far as stepping up, as far as the groups are concerned, so a lot of us leaders have actually got our own groups that we're talking to our teams with and such. Like we've got the main Diamond Dreamers team chat, and then we've got the other ones that we're all got between us. And really, we need everyone to be stepping up in your own groups, really. If someone has been bothered to put a motivational post, like I thought what Lou's been doing the last couple of days, she's been stepping up because Amy's not here. And she's been putting the motivational posts in there that's actually been, not posts, the videos rather, and they've been absolutely amazing. So I really thank you ever so much for that, Lou. It's made a hell of a difference. But, if you've all seen it, why can't you comment? Why can't we all comment and say, thanks, Lou, that's brilliant? Don't be cheesy about it, and don't sort of be genuine. But, if someone has put something in there that's helpful to you, then just a sort of a little diamond icon in there or something, because trust me, if you've posted something and no one comments on it or no one actually says anything, but everyone's seen it, that's not actually very nice. And you do tend to start thinking to yourself, and I'll be honest, I've thought about it myself, can I really be bothered to help everyone else try and do this? And if you imagine that Amy felt she couldn't be bothered, and that I felt we couldn't be bothered, and the other leaders, the other front lines felt they couldn't be bothered, where would everyone be? Okay, so I need you all to be a little bit more proactive in the groups, in the chat groups for starters. And, if you want to start having a team yourselves, then you need to be showing that you're a leader. You need to be showing that you've got some information that's helping you, and something that's happened today, and just write about it and put it in the group, put it in the chat, because we all want to see it, because that's really important, and those sort of things, really help. And it really, to be honest, they give me a buzz, and I'm sure they give Lou a buzz and Amy a buzz when you get some comments back and you're helping people. Because at the end of the day, this is what we want to do here. We want to help people. But if you're finding you're not getting much back, it is hard work sometimes, and I need you to do that. If you're putting a Zoom call on for your team and only 2 people get on when you've got 10, 15 people in the team, how do you think you're going to feel? It's not really, you just got to try and, step up. You want to be a leader. You want to be do this business, you want it to work for you. So you just got to step up a little bit, and there's nothing wrong. You can't say anything wrong because it's the way it is, you just got to, give other people some encouragement. As far as the team groups are concerned and the customer groups, like Lou was saying, comment on those. Post in there. But if you feel you're struggling to post, how about just commenting on other people's posts? So when someone posts a recipe, whether they're your customer or not, how about just going through and spending 5 minutes a day going through the customer support group and just liking some posts from people? Because if they've gone and put their post in there and they've got no likes on it, again, that isn't very nice either. So even if you don't feel confident enough to post in the groups, anything like exercises or selfies or anything like that, get in the group and just do a lot of like and a few comments on it. And that looks really tasty. What was the recipe? Cool, I can't wait to make this one myself. Or just make some little comments, because that's what's going to help the group keep going, you know. And like Lou says, we're really lucky because we have got a phenomenal support group, customer support group, and the team group too. So when people keep posting their early morning motivational post, and you find, are you all still there?
Yeah.
What?
It's saying that Stephanie is. Can you see?
I was surprised she was able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it now. How to get back? They're still saying we're there. It's just I can only see you, Lou.
Oh, I can see someone's Facebook.
Wow. Wonder what's happened. That is Stephanie's screen. Stephanie, can you hear us?
Stephanie's screen, yeah. I'm trying to move it, but obviously I can't do anything.
No, I can't either.
With my mouse. Oh, that's it. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. What happened there? Never mind. That's all right. We're still there. So yeah, just try and get in the groups and comment a little bit, and just sort of you know, say I love that, that's really great, or thank you very much, or that's really helped, or all sorts of different things. No worries, Stephanie, I don't know what happened. I didn't think you'd have been able to do anything, because that's usually only the host that can do something, but never mind. You have the powers, Stephanie. You have the powers. Use the powers. Use them. So okay, so yeah, I think we've waffled on enough. And we were going to do sort of some question and answers at the end of here, but I think we've gone on quite long enough. Unless anyone's got any questions that you want to put in the chat, or quickly unmute yourself and ask us, that comes to mind right now, that would be great. Feel free to do that. I'm not quite sure if we have got any questions.
Anyone got any questions? Okay,
I'm going to say to people then, I want you to write down what your month goal is, what you want to achieve by Christmas, what you want to achieve in a year. I can't see you all writing. What you want to achieve in a year, what you want to achieve in 5 years, and what you want to achieve in 10 years. And just be real about it, you know. But we need to have monthly goals. Maybe you're going to take the kids away at the week once you've done your month, got your month over with. I don't know, whatever it might be. But I think it's a really good idea to refresh yourself and do that on a regular basis. So if you've got any questions, any questions?
I have a whiteboard that's not filled out, but it always is. It's just because it's the beginning of September, and I keep this in my bedroom, so I sit every single day, and I always put my month goals, which is white, is blank, and then at the end of it will be my 90-day game plan results. So what I'm aiming for in 90 days. So I would really urge you, they're like $4.99 or something in Asda or Sainsbury's. Yeah, Jeanette's got one as well. Oh, I'm glad yours is blank. But honestly, guys, it normally is always got my stuff on it. So I'm going to do it after the call because I keep looking at it blank. But honestly, I see it every single day, so it just gets straight into my mind exactly what my goals are, what I want every month. So I always have 20 new customers, 5 new team members, what positions I want the people in my team, you know, the girls in my team to hit. So I have to write quite small. So I've got everything focused straight in my mind. So I would really recommend that you do that as well. Have a goal board and get writing on it. And you know, that's one of the things that Amy said to me when I first started. It's something I've always followed. So yeah, I would really recommend doing that. And you know, like Jeanette said, really look at those goals, like what we've gone through today. Think about what you want to, where you want to be in a month. That can be, you know, if you're thinking it's not going to be achievable in a month to be SDD, or whatever, then think slightly smaller and just think about how many customers you want. And don't say, I want to be SDD and I want 2 new customers, because that's not going to happen. SDD and 2 new customers, the maths doesn't work there. So you need to be able to say, right, I want to be SDD. This is what I need to do. I need to get either 10 gold plans, or I need to get 5 gold plans and some teamies that also need to be doing things. So just make sure that you write down the plan that goes with your goal, and that it, as we keep saying, that it is achievable, and that you are able to do it. So yeah, I would just honestly, really focus now on doing your goals and writing them up, and share them with your upline. After this call, go and message your upline and say, right, this is, make yourself accountable. These are my goals for the month. These are my goals for the next 3 months. These are my goals for a year. This is where I want to be, and just keep sending them and say, right, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to work towards, and just put those goals somewhere that you can see them every single day. And just so you know, it's not actually Amy on the call, it's Jeanette, but we're using her thing, because I know a few of you are like, Amy, go to bed. She's not up. She hopefully is in bed.
Well, unless she's on here on something else that we can't see, being a little sneak.
Yeah, she could be in here, spying on us.
There is Amy's iPhone, look.
Oh, that's my Amy, I think.
Oh, Amy, is that? Okay. Because that could be Amy. I don't know. So that's interesting.
Amy Griggs.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
You don't know. Okay. So yeah. Go on, Lou.
Emma just asked a question. How do you sell a gold plan? What do you mean, Emma? As in, do you want to know what a gold plan is? I feel guilty for trying to get.
Okay.
Right, so go on then, Jeanette. I'll let you.
I've got a really good message, which I actually posted in the Diamond Dreamers support group today, where I learned that from the Who Run the World event. That was really good. And basically, you say to people, you ask people what they want to achieve, and they say, I want to better sleep, energy, I don't know, whatever it might be. And so I always reply, I can definitely help you with that. We do 3 packages, and then I just tell them we do 3 packages, of which the gold I've been on for 3 years, and adding the boosters recently. The other 2 packages are silver and the bronze, but you could easily do what you want to achieve on the bronze package. And then I'll say briefly what the cost is. It's between 70 pence and 1.95 a day. I can post this in the group, but I find that really works well, because what they said at the event that I picked that up at, is because you're telling them that the best package is the gold, and that's what you're on. You then offer them the bronze, and they think, oh, she's not being hard selling with me. Okay. So they think, oh, well, I want the gold package. If that's good enough for her, that's good enough for me. So that's got a funny way of a reverse psychology with it. And I find that works extremely well. And you can say to them, you can easily start with what you want to achieve on the bronze package and then upgrade at a later date. And because you've taken the gold package away from them straight away, they feel the pressure relieved. They don't feel under so much pressure. So I find that works really, really well. If you scroll up in the group, you'll find the message that I posted earlier today. But I do find that that works really well if you take the pressure off them by offering them that. And if you are just in the business, because I actually tell my apprentices to say the same thing, and then instead of saying that they're on the gold package, I actually get them to say, my mentor is on the gold package and has been on the gold package now for 3 years. I'm using the bronze package with amazing success and hoping to upgrade to the gold and shortly. So just because you're not on the gold, if you can't afford the gold, then that's fair enough. That's something that you can work up to. So Hannah, that was in the Diamond Dreamers chat group I put earlier on this afternoon. So you have, I might post it again if I get the chance, but it was in the Diamond Dreamers chat group anyway. It's been a long day, Jeanette. You don't have to go to bed. Courtney, okay, thank you. I wasn't quite sure what you were meaning. Does that help at all, Emma, with regard to that? Because I know what you mean. You feel like, but that's where you're slightly at the point of your business that is what you've got to change. Because I can remember being early in this business and I looked at everyone as what I was going to earn out of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got to think about what you're giving them. So you're giving them an amazing product. Think about what the premium capsules do. So if Amy had been scared to tell me about the premium capsules, I might not be one in this business, and certainly two in the product. The premium capsules are our best product for a reason. So you have to take your head out of it and really think about what you're giving them and what they can get out of it, rather than the fact that you're taking money from them. Because you're not taking money from them, you're giving them an incredible product for less than £2 a day. So that, you're giving them the essence of 30 different types of fruits, vegetables and berries. We all know what the premium capsules do. But again, if people hadn't shared that, and you wouldn't have people getting amazing results. So really think about what value you can give them, rather than just always thinking about the money. And it's very easy when we're thinking about promotions, and this is another reason to really focus on clubs as well, because it takes that whole point system out of it almost. But when we're focusing on promotion so much, you do tend to get into, and I hold my hands up and say I've done it, you tend to get into, if she goes on this, it's going to give me this many points, and we forget to then think about the customer and what the customer gets out of it, and just take that sales sort of out of your head, and just try and focus on giving them value, and ask them questions, ask them what their budget is, ask them what they want to achieve, and ask them, what they do day to day with their eating. And it really depends on what they want to get out of the product as well. So I would really just recommend asking lots of questions and try and focus on giving them an incredible product, rather than taking loads of money off of them. Because for me, and what the difference it's done to me and how it's helped me, I would pay double.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I totally agree, Louise. And I can remember at the beginning feeling that I needed more people in my team that was going to help me, that was going to smash my situation, and I can't wait. And then I can go SC, and then I can go this, and I can do that. And the minute I went to an Emma Snedden event, I can't remember how long ago it was now. It was quite a long time ago. And they kept going on that you've got this gift in your hand. You've got this gift of health and wealth that you can give people. And the minute you start to realise that you've got this gift to give people, that they can get out of what they want to do. If they're working in a job that they don't like anymore, or they're in a situation they don't like anymore, you have this amazing ability to be able to help them get out of that. And if they're unwell, they've got no energy, they've got their sleep problems, whatever it might be, you have this amazing gift. How dare you not tell them? How dare you not speak to them about that and tell them? If they then don't use it and don't want it, that's fine. You've done your job. And as soon as you change your mentality to think that, trust me, your business will absolutely go amazing. If you think you're looking at them as a meal ticket to help you, then you will struggle in this business. You really, really need to look at that as a total different way of showing that you've got this amazing gift to give people. And I can't stress that enough. When that changed in my mind a couple of years ago, that's when my business totally changed. And like Lou says, these products, I'd pay more for how I feel now. The way I feel now every day, I would pay more for that. That's worth much more than $57.75 or the £90 if it's on the gold plan. It's absolutely worth well more than that. And, we've got this ability to help people, Every time you pass people in the streets, their shoulders are down, their heads are down, they're moping about, they've got no enthusiasm about it. What a way to spend the rest of their life. I mean, that's just shocking. Absolutely shocking. And, I actually walk in town and walk places and I look around at people. I actually feel sorry for them. And I think to myself, if only they knew who they're walking past. They're walking past a QMD in this business that can actually give them health and wealth. And they're walking right past me. That's just amazing. And when you get that sort of concept, it will make a difference to you. It really will, And I hope that's helped. because that's how it's definitely helped me. And those are the sort of things you're going to pick up by going to Bournemouth. You're going to pick up all these gems of people saying, if I can do it, you can do it. All these gems. And all we are is paid storytellers. You haven't got to know masses of things. We're just paid storytellers. And when I listen to Jeff Roberti, if you haven't heard of Jeff Roberti, look him up and go and look at some YouTube stuff on him. Jeff Roberti, he's been in the business 26 years, and I don't know how many hundreds of thousands and millions he's actually earned at this business. But he is phenomenal. And he said, we just have to bridge the gap between what people know and what they don't know. We are the bridge of the gap, Yes, with the bridge of the gap with the product, but also with the intelligence, with the knowledge of it as well, And all we've got to do is tell stories, Get on the Zoom calls, hear what's going on, go to the events, hear all the stories, hear the testimonials, and tell stories. That's all we're paid for. Often I'll tell people when they ask me about the product, I'll ask them what they want to achieve, and then I'll tell them my story. And then ask them, what can I... And the thing I'm now going to change is I'm going to do a video of my story.
Yeah, I was just about to say doing a video, because you can see, if you're writing it down, the passion comes across a little bit, but not as much as if you're actually talking, because you can just see the excitement. So I would definitely encourage you to do videos and send it, and it's so much quicker as well. How long do you spend typing your whole message out of your story, and then
Absolutely. And I definitely think videos are the way forwards. And if you can do some little 2-3 minute videos and save them on your iPhone, and then send them out to people as they ask different questions to do with the, your story is really what I'm talking about. That's just phenomenal. And that's where I'm now going to change my business. That's what I'm now going to do. I'm going to start doing that. But it's on my list of things to do, along with everything else. So I think that's just about it, really. Wait a minute. Can someone reject me to the call that focused on clubs a couple of weeks ago? Okay. Someone wants to know about the one that focused on clubs. We need to can everyone else see that chat? You can, can't you, Lou?
Yeah. If you look in the Diamond Dreamers Facebook page and you put in the search bar clubs or Zoom recording clubs, it should come up for you. It should be on there.
Does that help, Jenny?
Yeah, if that helps.
Okay. Any more? I don't think so. I think we've done about amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got to do my Hootsuite now, and I've got another couple of tasks I've got to get done.
Me too.
It's 10 o'clock. We've been on here an hour. Wow. Where's time gone? I hope you've all enjoyed it.
Thanks for getting on, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I know it's not easy getting on these. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found them worthwhile. What we'd like you to do is post about it now, like we usually do. Tag a few of us in, because we've got to show our audience just how amazing and how easy this is. Yet another Zoom call with the Diamond Dreamers. Get your photographs while we're still live, so you can see the amount of people that are in the group. I've already taken mine from earlier. Get tagging people in that you know, and say in that same message about the Zoom call, anyone want to join me on this amazing journey that I'm doing, always put a little twist at the bottom about the product or the business really, because that will really help as well. Show people that that's what we're doing. Who wants to join this amazing Diamond Dreamers team? Okay, guys, that's brilliant. Love you lots. Bye. Bye.